Son of a Digger took the racing win in Seattle, Washington for the biggest and baddest tour. Megalodon Fire took it in Cameron, Texas on the Indy Madness Tour. Avenger is the only one left. Can he complete the trifecta and start things off right for Team Thunder as we debut in East Rutherford? This is the Razor Rod's semi-realistic points series, and this is Monster Jam! Hello everybody and welcome back to the Rorsrps channel. My name is Preston Vieira and I'll be your host as we debut our final of our 3 tours for Season 2, the All-Star Challenge Tour featuring Team Thunder versus Team Mayhem all season long. We're kicking things off in Metlife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey, but before getting into the action, let's first debut our lineup and get a look at our racing bracket featuring our Dubby final round where we'll crown our first Dubby racing champion for this tour. Kicking things off in round 1, we got Devyn Barber in Avenger taking on Tyler Menninga in HyperShock. Cynthia Gauthier in Lucas Stabilizer is next, taking on John Gordon in Bad Company. Trevor Goldberg in Max D Nitro is going to face off against Jake Cranford in the biggest rivalry in Monster Jam history in round 1. Blown Money Rick Steffens taking on Zach Antezana in Max D Split. Shane Lake in Gravedigger 35 is going to take on Bryce Kenny in Mohawk Warrior. Cam McQueen, Bro Camino is going to face off against Dave Reed in Northern Nightmare. Preston Perez in Monster Mutt Rottweiler is going to face off against Jackson Chalette in Piece of Scrap. And last but not least, we got Edward John Hayden in Blue Thunder taking on Zombie Bari Musauer. But let's get into the action here with Devyn Barber filling in for, of course, Jim Kohler, our World Finals 1 freestyle champion. Devyn is here in Season 2 to burn things down in place of Jim Kohler, who of course is in that Megabyte truck on the Indy Madness Tour. But Dev's here to light things up for the crowd, and I know it's going to come from him. Be sure to check him out. MJ Dev here on YouTube has some great beam content. He needs to get back in the recording studio and get some new videos out. But here he comes to park up on top of that massive obstacle and give everybody a look at that debuting Team Thunder scheme on that Avenger truck. Now, that is not going to be here all season long. That is just to debut things for Team Thunder. And he was actually our first truck assigned to the All-Star Challenge Tour and Team Thunder, of course, getting that World Finals 1 Freestyle Championship. But here comes Tyler Menninga in HyperShock to hype these fans up even more for the first race of the night. I know these fans are hyped. I know you guys are hyped. You got to let me know down in the comments, who do you want to win this racing bracket tonight? As we head into our first round, things are definitely going to be heated here in one of the most hyped venues of Monster Jam history. Everybody loves when they head to Metlife Stadium. Avenger, Devyn Barber, they're going to be on your right for this first race. Tyler Menninga is going to be on your left, and they're getting lined up and ready to go for this first race. Man, I am excited. This is going to be an insane tour. It's not just about what you do or who wins each event. This is a team battle on this tour, so I mean, you really got to try as a team to get as high up in the points as possible. But here we go for your first race of the night. Heading into the first turn, it's neck and neck so far, but we've just begun. Heading over the jump, it does look like Devyn Barber in Avenger has a slight lead. Coming around that final turn, Tyler Menninga is out wide, but Dev clips the corner. Doesn't matter. Devyn Barber in Avenger is on to round 2, knocking out Tyler Menninga here in round 1. Insane. I'm sure if, I mean, I don't know. We saw Jim do really well last season, but, you know, the Avenger name doesn't necessarily hype people up when it comes to racing, but he's doing well so far tonight. We'll see if he can continue. Cynthia Gauthier on your right in Lucas Stabilizer taking on John Gordon in that Bad Company truck. 2 real-life Monster Jam drivers here to burn it down in Rorsrps. We'll see who comes out on top. Of course, They do typically tour together, so it's pretty cool that we got him on the same tour here. Of course, Bad Company earned his spot here, so did Lucas Stabilizer, but Bad Company was actually our first truck to go through the Season 2 qualifying events to get placed on this tour, and Cynthia Gauthier the last in that Lucas Stabilizer truck. So pretty interesting that they're facing off. But around this first turn, here we go. Who is going to come out on top? Does look like Cynthia has the lead in Lucas Stabilizer. Can she hold it around this final turn? It's going to be close, that's for sure. Over the line we go, and it is going to be John Gordon in Bad Company representing for Team Mayhem. Moving on to round 2, Cynthia just not enough in the tank here in round 1 tonight. Hopefully she can come back in freestyle and really earn some points for Team Thunder. Speaking of Team Thunder, Trevor Goldberg in that Max D truck coming out on your right, taking on Jake Cranford, representing Team Mayhem in that Gravedigger truck. Not only is it the rivalry of Thunder versus Mayhem, which all of our round 1 races are, by the way, but it is the biggest rivalry in Monster Jam history. Max D taking on Gravedigger. Who will come out on top is the question. That Max D Nitro truck is looking insane, and of course we got that classic Gravedigger scheme on that Gravedigger 37 truck. We are about to go green for the biggest rivalry in Monster Jam history. Off the line we go, and into our first turn. Does look like Trevor Goldberg in that Max D Nitro truck has the lead, and with Jake clipping the car in that first turn, it looks like he might hold it. Can he keep it together? Trevor does. Over the line we go. Better turn from Jake on the back side of it, but just doesn't happen this time around. Team Thunder's Max D is on to round 2. Now we do have 2 Gravediggers and 2 Max Ds on this tour, 1 of each on each team. So we got a Max D and a Gravedigger on one team, a Max D and a Gravedigger on the other. Speaking of the other Max D, here's Team Mayhem's Max D, Antezana in that Max D split truck, taking on Rick Steffens in Blown Money. 2 trucks debuting for this tour, of course. Blown Money has never been on the ROR SRPS channel aside from his Season 2 qualifier appearance. I'm not sure how many he had at the moment. Antezana's Max D split over there on your left. Again, we've had this chassis on the channel, but he's never debuted this scheme that ran a couple times here in 2024 and debuted at World Finals 22 only as a display piece. But we're running it all season long here if he can stay away from the points loser qualification or name placement, whatever you want to call it. Over the line we go. It's close, but it is Antezana in that Max D split truck. Moving on to round 2. Now, guys, that was a close race. It may have been hard to call. You may have a different opinion as to who won, but you got to remember, I do get multiple opinions when races are super close like this. And yeah, Max D came out on top after review. And heading into the next race, though, we got Shane Lake, the Dogfather, on your right in that Gravedigger 35 truck representing Team Thunder with that Gravedigger 40th anniversary scheme. Representing Team Mayhem, we got Bryce Kenny in Mohawk Warrior Fire. Now, Mohawk Warrior Fire is back after a great season in Season 1. He was a truck that rocked with us all season long, got a couple freestyle wins, may have gotten a racing win, couldn't tell you at the moment, but we did have a Gravedigger 35 as well last season, just not this version, so we'll see who will come out on top, the new truck or the returning, the returning driver here, returning truck, struggling to get words to come out here, but oh no! Shane Lake up on 2 wheels, manages to get it back down, but that is going to hurt his pass seriously. Bryce Kenny, Mohawk Warrior Fire, is on to round 2, knocking out the Dogfather here in round 1. Definitely unfortunate for that Gravedigger truck. It's 2 Max Ds in round 2, so no Gravedigger. Interesting. Cam McQueen and Bro Camino representing Team Thunder on your right, taking on Dave Reed in Northern Nightmare representing Team Mayhem on your left. This is going to be a race here. Cam, of course, has driven both of these trucks. He is in that Bro Camino truck for the season. We'll see how it treats him. Starting here, this is where it all begins for him on Team Thunder here on the All-Star Challenge Tour. Can he rock it out and knock out his own truck here, Northern Nightmare? Going green Off the line we go, and it is close. McQueen may have a little bit of a hole shot. We'll see if he can hold that around this first turn. Over the line we go. It is close, but it looks like it's Dave Reed in Northern Nightmare. Can he hold this lead until the end? Over the line we go, and he does. He does clip that backflip ramp. Dave Reed close to getting into some trouble there. Manages to keep it safe, but he is on to round 2, knocking out the OG McQueen here in round 1. On to our next race, though. We got Preston Perez in Monster Mutt Rottweiler on your right, taking on Jackson Chalette in Piece of Scrap. Now, Piece of Scrap took a couple tries, but managed to get into the second season here through the Season 2 qualifying events. I'm excited to see how he's going to do in that awesome-looking custom truck. Now, of course, we got Monster Mutt Rottweiler Preston Perez. Another truck. We tried really hard to get Monster Mutts on this season. Of course, I didn't really enforce any trucks. I couldn't. Most trucks were randomly picked or selected by you by request. But tried really hard to get some Mutts on this season. This was the only one to do so aside from Chris, who is a substitute. Chris is a Monster Mutt. Over the line we go, and it is Preston Perez in that Monster Mutt Rottweiler truck who does have a lead. Heading to the line, it is actually closer than I thought it was going to be, but Preston Perez in Monster Mutt Rottweiler is on to round 2, knocking out Jackson Chalette in that Piece of Scrap truck. Solid effort, just a rough first turn. We saw that for sure. Don't think we missed it. Rough first turn, and that hurt. But here comes Blue Thunder. Edward John Hayden. I'm probably going to shorten that to EJ. Let me know in the comments if that's cool with you, bro. Zombie Bari Musauer on your left. And I don't even have to say anything. You already know when you hear the name Zombie. Season 1 was insane for Bari in Zombie. We'll see if he can do it again and who his rivalry will be on this tour. Hopefully he can start things off strong like he did last season. Both trucks on the line, staged and ready to go. Blue Thunder versus Zombie. We're going green. Into the first turn, both trucks entering real tight, but it's Bari who keeps it tighter on the exit. Still a close race. Looks like EJ does have a lead here. Zombie clipping that car on the entrance. Oh my goodness. EJ Hayden, Blue Thunder moving on to round 2 tonight. Throwing in some donuts because he is hype. Knocking out that such a remarkable name, remarkable truck, remarkable driver from season 1 here in round 1. But if you guys are enjoying tonight's show so far, I know we just begun, but we got more coming. Be sure to hit the subscribe button. We got more shows coming, new episodes every Saturday, and we got 3 tours here, guys. So there's a lot to choose from, a lot of trucks to get to know, and you get to follow their points standings all season long on the Instagram, on our Instagram account, at RORSRPS. We got pit party pictures, early access to the week's racing bracket, and more. But let's take a look at our round 2 lineup here. Devyn Barber in Avenger is going to take on John Gordon in Bad Company. The Max D's are going to face off. Mohawk Warrior is going to take on Northern Nightmare in the battle of Team Mayhem. And Monster Mutt Rottweiler is going to take on Blue Thunder in the battle of Team Thunder. Very interesting racing bracket here in round 2. We'll see who will be moving on to our semifinals in just a second here. Devyn Barber back once again in that Avenger Thunder truck, taking on John Gordon in Bad Company. This is set to be a race. I mean, I can tell you that much. Devyn proved himself to be a decent racer here in round 1. We'll see if he can keep things rolling in round 2. John Gordon knocking out Cynthia Gauthier. Gotta be honest, from what we saw in season 1, I don't think that's the biggest accomplishment. So we'll see if he can keep things rolling here in round 2 as well. We're going green, launching off of that starting line. It is Dev with the whole shot heading into the first turn. Oh my goodness, John Gordon lightning fast around that first turn. A little bit of a struggle, but Dev's out wide. Avenger is not going to complete the trifecta, at least not here in the racing competition. John Gordon in Bad Company is on to round 2. Devyn Barber, a rough break here in round 2, excuse me. It is unfortunate for sure. I definitely wanted to see him move up the bracket farther. But here we got the battle of the Max D's. Trevor Goldberg in Max D Nitro on your right, taking on Zach Antezana in that Max D split truck. both of these guys are going to go hard here in round 2, and I'm super excited to see who comes out on top. We already got one Team Mayhem truck heading into the semifinals. I'm kind of hoping for a Team Nitro to move on, so I'm leaning towards Trevor Goldberg as far as who I want to win. Who will win? We'll find out in just a minute here as we go green for round 2. Over the line, it is dead even so far. Looks like Trevor is out a little wider in that first turn, but it doesn't matter. It's still close. Zach Antezana does have a very slight lead. Can he hold it? Over the line, and it is gonna be Zach Antezana in the Max D split truck, and he is hyped. Unfortunately, no more Max Ds. Well, only one Max D. Moving on to the semifinals. We don't have more in the back, but Zach is hyped to have knocked out another member of Team Thunder. Moving on to the semifinals, it's going to be Team Mayhem versus Team Mayhem, so we definitely have the Team Mayhem truck in the final round. We got Team Mayhem versus Team Mayhem here in this race as well. Bryce Kenny in Mohawk Warrior taking on Dave Reed in Northern Nightmare. So no matter what, we got another Team Mayhem truck moving on to our semifinals tonight. So there's a possibility that is going to be Team Mayhem versus Team Mayhem in the final round. Hopefully we can get Team Mayhem versus Team Thunder, but we'll see what happens here. Odds are not in Team Thunder's favor as of right now. We're going to get started here. Both trucks on the line, ready to go. We're going green. Over the line, looks like Bryce Kenny may have a slight lead, but Dave Reed is no slouch. A little bit of a rough first turn, though, for Dave Reed, and he's struggling. Bryce Kenny keeping it nice and clean around this track. Over the line we go. Bryce Kenny moving on to the semifinals, knocking out Dave Reed in Northern Nightmare tonight. Wow. Now, we did see Dave struggle in round 1. He did get a little crooked over that finish line, get kind of hung up on the backflip ramp there on the landing, but this time it's the turn that got him. Wow. Preston Perez in Monster Mud Rottweiler taking on Edward John Hayden in Blue Thunder. Team Thunder versus Team Thunder here to close out round 2. This is definitely set to be an interesting race. We got one Team Thunder truck locked in to the semifinals. Who will it be is the question. Both of these trucks were pretty fast in round 1. I don't know, man. I really don't know. We just got to watch and see what's going to happen. Both trucks staged, ready to go. We're going green. Over the line, it is close. Looks like Preston may have had a slight lead there, but I don't know for sure. Oh my goodness, this is a close race coming around that final turn. Who is going to take it? And it's going to be Edward John Hayden in Blue Thunder, who gets to the line first, manages to just knock out Preston Perez in that Monster Mutt Rottweiler truck. No more mutt tonight. We got Blue Thunder representing our only truck, representing Team Thunder as we head into the semifinals. Let's get a look at our semifinal bracket here. Bad Company is going to take on Max D Split, and Mohawk Warrior Fire is going to take on Blue Thunder. Very, very interesting. As I said, the odds are not in Blue Thunder's favor as far as team battles go, but we'll see how the racing competition works out. You never know in these races. We just got to watch and see. John Gordon, Bad Company on your right. Zach Antezana in that Max D truck on your left. Who is going to come out on top in our first race of the semifinals? No matter what, this is a Team Mayhem truck advancing on to the final round. Can we get Team Mayhem versus Team Thunder? I'm hoping so. Ready to go on the line. We're going green. Close over the line for the first time, heading into this first turn. Really tight turn for Zach Antezana, but it does slow him down. John Gordon in the lead right now, but he's wide in the final turn. Can Zach come back? He does, with a good margin. Zach Antezana in that Max D Split truck is on to the next one. He is into your final round, and he is our first Dubby finalist of the night. Can he hold on to this momentum that he's been having all night long, knocking out every competitor, even one of his own, truck teammates. Not teammates as far as Team Mayhem. He did just knock one of those out, but he knocked out a fellow Max D truck as well. Here comes Edward John Hayden in that Blue Thunder truck on your left, taking on Bryce Kenny and Mohawk Warrior Fire. Team Mayhem versus Team Thunder. The most Team Thunder you could possibly get, and the most Team Mayhem potentially you could possibly get. This is going to be interesting for sure. Two trucks that truly represent the teams that they are on here in the semifinals. Who is going to come out on top? We're going green. Wow, close so far. Oh, Bryce Kenny getting into trouble. Wow, that is a first for Bryce Kenny here on Season 2. Definitely struggling in that first turn. Edward John Hayden free and clear to move on to the next round. Bryce struggling again in that final turn. Wow, what a turn of events. Somehow Bryce slips in that Mohawk Warrior Fire truck. We have Team Mayhem versus Team Thunder in our first Dubby final round of this tour. Max D split taking on Blue Thunder. Zach Antezana taking on Edward John Hayden. Both trucks hyped, both drivers hyped, and ready to go for the final round. Your Dubby final round of racing is here. Blue Thunder taking on Max D. Team Thunder versus Team Mayhem. Zach Antezana hyped and ready to go. We are just waiting for him to get lined up and ready to go. Of course, Edward John Hayden needs to get staged. Both trucks need to get staged, but Zach needs to get over to his lane. He's too busy celebrating. Definitely check out Dubby, guys. This is our Dubby final round, and they are the partner of this channel, Rorsrps. It's a lot of fun when you get the energy that you need and you can perform as you need to. Dubby can give you the energy to do that, and we are launching off of that starting line and heading around the first turn. Who is going to come out on top? Big leaps for both trucks. Zach Antezana really close to that car, even clips it a little bit. Oh my goodness! A super close final round, but it is Zach Antezana in Max D who comes out on top. Again, guys, super close race, very hard to tell. I did get multiple opinions for the review, and it is our official winner, Max D. Zach Antezana taking the Dubby Racing Championship here in Metlife Stadium. Throwing it into some donuts. What a race. What a night of racing for Zach Antezana, and it is only gonna get better as we move into our Dubby freestyle competition. One last look at that Max D split truck before we head into our freestyle competition and destroy it. Who is going to come out on top as we move on through the night right now? Max D split taking 16 points for that Dubby Racing win. Team Mayhem in the lead right now. Blue Thunder right behind with 12 points. Mohawk Warrior and Bad Company both taking 8 points. Northern Nightmare, Max D, Nitro, Monster Mutt, Rottweiler, and Avenger all taking 4 points. Northern Nightmare, of course, from Team Mayhem. The rest, all Team Thunder. Then we got a lot of Team Mayhem here to kick off our twos. HyperShock, Piece of Scrap, Gravedigger, and Zombie, all with 2 points going out in round one. Then we got our Team Thunder twos, our Team Thunder round one losses. Lucas Stabilizer, Bro Camino, Blown Money, and Gravedigger all going out in round one with 2 points. Unfortunate for sure. Team Thunder right now with 32 points, 44 for Team Mayhem. If you guys are enjoying the show, be sure to hit the subscribe button. We got new shows every Saturday. Hit the like button. Let me know you guys like it. It really helps out the channel. I'm going all off of algorithm. So if you guys interact with it, it'll get bigger and we'll just keep the ball rolling. But be sure to head over to Instagram as well for all kinds of extra content, including early access to the week's racing bracket, pit party pictures, results and recaps, and more. And it's going to be a lot of fun, guys. We got a long season ahead of us. But be sure to check out Dubby as well. Clean, jitterless energy, and you can get 10% off using code RORSRPS at checkout. I love the Beach and Peach flavor. It's really good energy, guys. Long lasting, doesn't get to you, make you jittery, make you anxious. You can just have a good day, get done what you need to get done. There is a focus aspect that kicks in and helps you focus on what you're working on. And I actually really enjoy Dubby. I'm still killing both of my tubs. I got Dub Sludge and Sour Gummy Bear right now, and both of them, they're fire. But thank you guys so much for watching once again. Be sure to hit the subscribe button. I'll catch you in freestyle in just a minute.